It's snowing. I'm getting to Tombstone, no matter what the weather is this year. But I definitely had not expected to deal with snow in the desert. So, I finally made it to Tombstone. It is every bit as a tourist trap as I expected. It's kind of fun, all Western themed. I picked a number of things that I'm going to be doing here that are a little bit less on the touristy side, a little more on the history side. And right now, I am going to go do one thing that's a little on the touristy side, but is historical, which is head to the OK Corral.
The OK Corral does have a number of small museums, including a reconstructed crib house, which is where soiled doves lived and conducted the legal at the time business of prostitution. The collection of photographs of the Apaches and Geronimo were impressive and also a little bit unsettling. But of course, I didn't come to the OK Corral just to look at the exhibits.
Ready for a gunfight! Yeah! That's a little better. Good drunk. And these here boys are a lot of drunk. I'll just hand you mine. How about that? Crazy? Girly Bell, hot book. That's girly. I'm using a shoot him, big How's he looking, Mark? He's not looking good, Wyatt.
Bill, if that lawman dies, you swing for this. You let him loose, sir. You let him loose, you forget we was here.
He just shot a man. He's gonna stand trial for it. Suggest you boys clear out.
His bluffing, Bill. Let's go right now.
The show was a blast to watch and gave me my fix for a bit of Western drama.
Now look, Doc, we'll be able to find the handler of the gallows.
They're not far from here. They're held up in the empty lot behind the OK Corral on Fremont Street. They look to be business and boys. They've got guns.
We'll just have to take those guns away from them.
Virgil.
Doc, if you're coming with us, you need to listen to me. I want you to hang back. But that's something that you to hang on.
Of course, in the end, Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday walked away while Billy Clanton and the McLaury brothers headed to Boothill Graveyard, where they remain today.
Wait! I don't know that.
You got the best to play for blood!
So after a good gunfight, there's just not much better than going and finding oneself a little bit of a brew and a Reuben. So I'm at Big Nose Kate's Saloon trying their overstuffed Reuben, and it looks about like that. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's what I'm going to eat, and I know I'm going to enjoy it already. Yeah, that works.
While there are plenty of other touristy things to do in Tombstone, I wanted to explore its history at authentic sites. Built in 1882, the Tombstone Courthouse served as the seat of Cochise County Justice. One of its most famous trials took place in this courtroom. 5 members of the Cochise County Cowboys were convicted of first-degree murder during the robbery of a general store in Bisbee, where 5 people were killed, including a lawman and a pregnant woman. Together they met their fate on the gallows in the courthouse courtyard, with a large crowd watching the grim and quickly administered frontier justice. Today, The courthouse is part of the Arizona State Park system, with some great exhibits on the founding of Tombstone and the silver mining boom, including an exhibit on how silver was assayed to calculate its value for a prospector. And if you're interested in learning how to play faro, the preferred card game for gamblers in the 1800s, you can give your luck a try right here. One of the few other buildings, other than the courthouse, that survived the fires that ravaged Tombstone in the 1880s is the Birdcage Theater. Legend says the place earned its name from the painted bird cages, little cribs suspended from the ceiling, where prostitutes entertained customers in plain view of the gamblers and drinkers below. During its 8 years of operations, it saw gunfights which left more than 140 bullet holes in the walls and ceilings, including a .44 caliber hole in its beautiful bar. Of course, any visit to Tombstone would be incomplete without walking around Boothill Graveyard, where many of the town's early residents found their final resting place, including the men who died in the shootout at the OK Corral. And poor George Johnson, who purchased a horse from a horse thief and was wrongly hung for the crime. Tombstone really is amazing. By all accounts, it could have easily become a ghost town after the silver mines went bust. But through the years, it has continuously reinvented itself as a tourist destination. Although not all of the attempts to draw in tourists are successful.
I made it to Tombstone. It took 3 times to get to Tombstone. I tried last year and the weather pushed me away. I tried earlier this year, the weather pushed me away. And I came over here and the weather beat me up, but I still fought my way over to Tombstone. And while some people might say, wow, that sounds like the universe was trying to give you a sign not to go to Tombstone. You know, you're going to all these national sites and Tombstone is a tourist trap. Maybe you shouldn't go. But I look at it from a little bit different perspective. It actually gave me perspective. This is rough here. Being in Tombstone in the 1800s was really rough. So it was kind of a apropos that I had to battle my way here, fight the wind, fight freezing my butt off, fight kind of the desire to quit, before I made it down to Tombstone, which was exactly what I expected. Very touristy, but very worth doing. And now I'm going to take off tomorrow morning and pick back up on the rest of this adventure.
Join me on my next rapid recap, and we'll go hiking in the Cochise stronghold and discover what's hidden beneath these boulders.